Our topic today tackles an increasingly critical issue. Should tech companies be legally required to detect and stop the spread of fake news? I'm joined today by two guests who hold very different perspectives on this issue. First, we have Ju, who argues that tech companies should indeed bear legal responsibility. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And representing the opposite view, the tech companies should not hold legal responsibility. We have Jinghao. Welcome.
Really glad to be here.
Let's jump right in. Ju, please give us your opening statement.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you. And I believe that tech companies should absolutely be legally responsible for detecting and preventing fake news. The widespread damage caused by misinformation from public health risk to political instability means that we need to firm accountability measures. Tech platforms have the resources and capabilities to control harmful contents and should therefore be obligated to act. So, for instance, the COVID-19 incidents. During the early stages of COVID-19 pandemic, widespread of misinformation about fake cures and vaccines was circulated rapidly on the social media. Some of this false information led to real-world consequences, including people refusing life-saving vaccines or trying harmful and proven treatments. If tech companies had been held more accountable early on, stricter content moderation could have potentially saved lives and prevented widespread public confusion.
Jinghao, your response for this?
Thank you. Well, fake news is undeniably harmful, making tech companies legally responsible is neither practical nor ethically sound. For example, apart from errors caused by tampering with facts, it's very difficult for people to determine whether a piece of news is completely wrong. For some remarks, the speaker stands in different positions from the censor. The cognitive differences brought about by such different positions cannot be attributed to mistakes in this way. The standards for review will become very vague. In 2020, Twitter once restricted some sensitive tweets during the US presidential election, but it was later confirmed that this was not completely wrong, but rather due to different political stances.
Good points. Let's explore these points in depth. First, Ju, how do you propose defining fake news?
So, one of my proposals for fake news is that fake news can be systematically defined as intentionally misleading or outright false information intended to deceive or manipulate the public. Clear guidelines, perhaps through international standards, could assist platforms in identifying and removing harmful content.
Jinghao, your response?
Still, same problem. AI needs to operate according to the established procedures. Then defining a standard for the program remains a problem. We cannot define every kind of error message. At the same time, today's AI technology has the possibility of making mistakes. Relying entirely on AI may cause maybe greater social conflicts.
Great. Let's talk about practicality. Ju, can tech companies realistically manage billions of daily posts?
Absolutely, I do think that is the case. So modern technology and advanced AI systems are increasingly sophisticated and can help moderate large amounts of content swiftly and effectively. They're already widely employed by major companies such as Google, Instagram, Twitter, and the other big names. So, for example, Facebook and YouTube already use advanced algorithms to automatically detect and remove millions of posts that violate their misinformation policies. During the 2020 US presidential election, Facebook reported removing over 180 million pieces of content flagged as misinformation or harmful political contents, using a combination of AI detection and human review terms.
Do you have a take on this?
AI and algorithms frequently fail or wrongly flag legitimate content. For example, we've seen legitimate news reports mistakenly labeled as misinformation. The sheer volume, billions of posts daily, is simply too great to ensure consistent, accurate moderation in real time. When corruption emerges, such censorship institution will have the opportunity to manipulate public opinion. Facebook's server in Vietnam were shut down in early 2020. The Vietnamese government demanded that Facebook strengthen its control over anti-government remarks before allowing it to resume.
Now we will move into the ethical dimension. Drew, who decides what's true?
That's a really good question. I believe that oversights can be guided by independent committees or regulatory bodies formed with transparency and accountability to ensure unbiased decision making. It doesn't really have to be arbitrary or authoritarian.
Do you have your concerns here?
The issue is giving any entity the authority to control truth. History shows the risks censorship, political manipulation, suppression of dissenting voices. Even independent committees have biases. Ultimately, the threat to free speech and democratic values overweight potential benefits. Yeah.
Good points. Now let's quickly do some rapid fire questions. Drew, what about freedom of speech?
Freedom of speech isn't harmed where misinformation is controlled. It's actually protected by ensuring accurate information prevails.
Junhao, your quick response?
Freedom of speech absolutely suffers when authorities decide the truth. Open debate and free expression become restricted.
Okay. Drew, quick thought on practicality?
So, practicality includes a better text and clear standards, making accountability more achievable.
Junhao, your response for you?
No technology currently exists that reliably distinguishes truths from bias in real time across billions of posts.
Great insights. Let's wrap up a closing statement.
Yay!
So overall, tech companies have a moral and social duty to manage misinformation effectively. Legal accountability is essential for protecting society from harm caused by fake news.
Junhao, your final?
Legal obligations will severely impact free speech, democracy, and practicality. We must tackle misinformation through education and awareness, not risky legal mandates.
Great job, both of you. Thank you for both for a compelling debate, and thank you to our listeners for joining us. Continue this conversation online or in our comment section. Until next time, stay informed.
Yay!